unveiling the stories and people that make our town so unique. I'm your host, David Wohl, and I'm thrilled to bring you this new podcast that explores fascinating stories and experiences of local business owners and community leaders right here where we call home. Grayslake Rehabilitation Center is a community-based private practice physical therapy provider. Do you know they have 13 clinical providers with various levels of specialties, including orthopedics, sports, neurology, vestibular, geriatrics, pelvic floor, and aquatic? What? Did I just say they have a pool? Well, they do, and it's the largest indoor warm water pool in Lake County, featuring 2 underwater treadmills and swim currents. And recently added clinical treatment specialties, in layman's terms, Shockwave. They have both radial and focus units that are the newest tool in regenerative medicine, available to everyone. They pride themselves on the most current and up-to-date specialized care to keep you moving. If you're looking for physical therapy, make sure to see our friends at Grayslake Rehabilitation. 1 minute, your world is normal. The next, it's gone. A flood, a fire, a crime scene. Your home shattered. Your business shut down. Your life on pause. But in the darkest hour, when chaos knocks at your door, that's when Serve Pro of Northwest Lake County shows up. Not just a company, not just a cleanup crew, but neighbors, parents, coaches, locals who care. Drake and his team aren't just restoring properties. They're restoring peace, restoring dignity, restoring lives. So when your worst day arrives, call the oh no guy who becomes your thank God guy. Serve Pro of Northwest Lake County. Locally owned, nationally known, unshakably trusted. From devastation to restoration. Serve Pro, Northwest Lake County.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Discovering Grayslake. I am recording today from the Loop Marketing. My buddy Eli is so nice to let us record here, and we are right at the end of Center Street and Lake Street, kind of where they met. It's really kind of hard to, I guess it's easy to explain where we're at.
Kind of.
So I've been, I always feel like I've been stalking you guys for a very long time. But by Grayslake popular demand, we have the Grayslake Feed Store here today. How are you guys?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Of course. Would you like to introduce yourself so everybody knows who we're talking to?
Yeah. I'm Megan DeMeyer, the daughter of this man.
I'm John DeMeyer, Leo's youngest son. Ended up at Grayslake Feed, and he was having a hard time with a couple of the managers that were there that were helping him out, and he would never come out and say, hey, come on over and I need your help. It took a long time to to get him to. I guess he did ask for help one time, but anyway, so really the 2 brothers that were running the place. Well, one stayed there, the other one kind of bailed out on him, but and it's kind of a long story with these 2 guys, but some things I can't mention, But
it's probably the good stuff, right?
Yeah. So I walked in there, and I was, I don't know, in my early 20s, and I walked in there, and there's all these old people in here, and I'm thinking, man, what am I going to do with this place? It's just one day at a time, trying to make things work, waiting on customers and having to go in the back and load cars. And Dick Lawrence was there, and thank God for Dick. He was there for a long time. And he started in 1953, right after the Korean War, and he came back. And I think Dick told me the last building they put up was that mill room. They put up the block building first, and that was, I guess there was a semi-load of block that came in, and my dad, Leo, and Buck Sheldon put up 2 buildings with that block. And that was the same building that was old Stratford Hall.
Yeah.
And I guess it was some kind of an Alice Chalmers building before that. And then after that it was a dress shop. over there, or some kind of a dress manufacturing or something.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then the last thing that I remember over there was Old Stratford Hall. And one of my friends, Keith Sorose, his dad bought that, Ed Sorose.
Yes.
And he was buddies with Ed Hall and a couple of the other old timers in Grayslake, but they put that together. And I'm pretty sure the lumberyard was still there. But anyway, so that all that block came in on the same truckload, and these guys did nothing but work. I don't know how they do it. I mean, they put in a reinforced concrete floor at the feed store there, all fireproof, all modern stuff, and the mill room was, even though it was built in 1953, a lot of that equipment still runs today. Could you imagine that?
Wow.
Yeah, we use it every day.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had to rewire the grinder motor, and I guess they put in a new mixer in 1973 or something. But
So are you talking about how they built the store?
How they built the store, yeah.
Yeah. So originally, just to go like way back, because first of all, you guys are celebrating, what is it?
85 years.
85 years.
Well, that's as far as we know. Like Grandpa
Well,
was
yeah,
selling
they
stuff
had
out
the
of the
original
back of his
building was
pickup
on
truck.
120.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So
Yeah.
the feed store where we know it as of today, that was not the original building.
No, the original building
building
was next to the old Rockenbach.
Okay.
That wood frame building.
Yes.
They actually had a grind and mix in there too, and they had a little elevator leg in the middle, and it was pretty small, but that worked for them until they needed the railroad, and in order to keep going.
Looking for a car dealer that actually feels like your hometown? Welcome to City Chevrolet of Grayslake, where the vibe is friendly, the pressure is off, and you'll always be treated like family. Meet Anthony Scala. He's just not the owner. He's a guy that grew up in the car business, worked his way from porter to owner. Anthony believes in people first. That's why City Chevy sponsors your kids' teams, your town events. And matter of fact, this show, they give back every chance they get. Anthony thinks that the experience of buying a car should be fun. No pressure, just honest people who care. Whether you need a new Chevy, a quality used car, or just service you can trust, City Chevy is here for you. Come visit City Chevrolet of Grayslake right off of 120. And thank you for sponsoring our town, our stories, our voice. Let's get after it, Grayslake.
The move to Center Street was done for purpose of the railroad, for shipping and things like that?
Yeah, a lot of things came in on rail car.
Gotcha.
And
that time, there's a lot of farms around here then when it was located on 120, right? Was there
on 120, yeah. I've heard that there were 400 dairy farms in Lake County back then, but, I think the figures are, and I probably have to check with the Farm Bureau, but it was probably closer to 300 or 275 or something like that.
That's still
That's a lot, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the move to Center Street was purposeful for a lot of things, and I'm sure that as things get built up, having a store and a service that you guys have has to adapt, right? As there's less farms.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when I went in there, well, no, I helped my brother out, Rich, at the power shop there. I should include that too, because my dad used that building for truck maintenance until
The one on 120.
Yeah, the one on 120, probably up till we fixed. We had to do all the truck maintenance over there too, but I was over there with my brother Rich for a long time, and he started a power equipment shop. And as the story goes, and I was there here and there because I was in high school, but so he did a lot of welding and different stuff for some of the farmers around. And so one day the lawn boy salesman came over, and then next thing you know, it's the chainsaw guy, the Pioneer chainsaws, and Home Light, and Home Light loaded us up with a bunch of different stuff, and So we got in the power equipment business in Toro too. Toro was big. That's back when they just had servicing dealers and everything wasn't pushed through mass merchandisers. And I was part of that for a long time, and we got that going over there before I came to help my brother or my dad. But
was this was before you went to college?
Well, yeah, before I went to school, and when I came back too, Rich wanted me to go over there and help him out too.
Okay.
Any idea what year we're talking about, like approximately?
That was the power shop was from 1973 till just I don't know 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
I think when Rich retired.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So anyway, I left there to help my dad out, and it was like I don't know, like 1981, 1982, something like that.
Wow.
But
yeah, you started working there because you kind of saw that things were changing and we needed to change gears, right? And
well, yeah, we had to figure out
that.
what we're going to do with that place because
Less farms.
You know, everything had to change. But you know, the North Warehouse there, when that was built in 1969, and we built that to ship grain out of there. So we used to load boxcars out of there. You know, like all the way from then, all during a lot of my high school years, and that's what we had that railroad siding right there, and eventually the siding went away and everything we quit shipping grain out of there and everything went on trucks, you know, on semi trucks. So, and at that time we had 7 grain trailers and 2 semis, and there were still a lot of grain farmers we used to deal with, and that all kind of, you know, a lot of the farmers just started hauling all their own grain. And my dad had another business called Grayslake Grain Service, and he phased that out. You know, probably when he was 82 years old, you know, he was still doing that, you know. But
yeah, right before his hip surgery, right?
Right, he had his knees replaced, and both at the same time, and he never came back.
Yeah, after that he was done.
Yeah.
You're from a family of a lot of hard-working people.
We didn't know any better.
Right. But you have a unique service. I look back at, businesses in Grayslake that have been here the longest. The only one that I know that's been here, that's still here longer, would just be like Churchill's. Like they were like 1903 or something like that.
Well, Rockenbach was here for a long time.
Yeah. It's so funny talking to people in the town that don't remember the Rockenbach, you know, the original Rockenbach store there. I can remember going in there for everything.
No, Doug, you were talking about Alex the other day.
Yeah.
And so Alex got Doug Rockenbach in there working out. And I was in there with Doug. And Alex, I used to work out with Alex too.
We're talking about Alex Rothacker.
Alex Rothacker, yeah.
A.K.A. Popeye.
Yeah, Popeye.
Anyway, so he was big on, what he wanted to do is, some of his friends, he wanted to make sure that, they tried to get in shape or whatever. And I could go on and on about Alex. He's got some great ideas. But anyway, he got Doug Rockenbach in there. And Doug told me one day, he says, "Man, this is what's keeping me alive." He said, I really love these workouts, And I think he owned that building where Central Bark is now, and I guess they still call it Central Bark, but
yeah.
And then Doug passed away, but I remember at Rockenbach's there. Just being a little kid, on Saturday morning they had donuts over there, and
really,
I was just, I lived next door, so we'd go in there and mooch a donut, and he was in there, and he must have been pretty young then,
That house right next to the power shop, my grandpa built that, and it's for sale actually right now.
Oh, really?
But that's where, right next to the feed store.
Right.
That's where you grew up. Well.
Yeah. So. Yeah, we all knew the Rockenbachs, and we knew Jim Rockenbach the old fire chief, he was over a lot, and he used to hang out with my dad, and it was, I just remember all that when I was younger. They were all pretty good friends. And then Jim was fire chief, and then I guess he sold his shares off to Doug or whatever, and I don't remember the whole story, and then they moved down and they called it Van Zant's Curve over there. That's what they called that, I think that's what they called it.
Van Zant's Curve.
Yeah,
I've only heard that from one other person. Yeah.
That's just what the old timers used to call it,
We're taking a quick break just to say hello because everybody knows Nano, and Nano knows real estate. And actually, I believe that's the name of her Instagram page. So if you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, or know somebody in the market for a home, contact Nano from Baird & Warner. She's a Grayslake girl helping out Grayslake people.
The Grayslake Chamber of Commerce isn't just networking, it's opportunity. Members get exposure through local events, online directories, and social media, plus access to exclusive resources that help businesses succeed. Make new connections, grow your brand, and be part of the events that bring our town together. Learn more and join today at grayslakechamber.com. The Grayslake Chamber of Commerce, the new wave of business.
This is Bob Churchill. I know you are always there for your family, caring for your children, your spouse, and even your parents. But in critical times, will you be able to make decisions that assure the best result for your family? A power of attorney may be necessary if, on behalf of a loved one, you need to talk to a doctor, a bank, or the college infirmary. A power of attorney may sound daunting, but the lawyers at Churchill, Quinn, Hamilton, and Van Doncelar can easily create this document for you. We are right here in Grayslake, supporting the community for over 122 years. Reach out to us at grayslakelaw.com or call us at 847-223-1500. Whether you need a power of attorney, a will, or legal help with your business, we'll take care of you so you can care for others. Go to grayslakelaw.com today for more information. Have a wonderful day, and now back to the program.
So you've been here your entire life?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And your family before?
Well, we live in Johnsburg. We moved out of Grayslake in 1991.
Gotcha. Okay, so here's a couple of things, like when I talk to people, and it's like, well, a feed store, right? So we have all of this downtown Grayslake and then feed store. And it seems like you guys are always busy.
Yeah, very lucky.
Yeah, well, obviously you guys are obviously doing something right?
Yeah.
So what do people come to you for? What is like your biggest customers, and what are they coming to you for?
Well, I mean, what do you think? It's kind of hard to tell now because we did for a while a lot of dog and cat, but like since things have been online, it's not quite as much, but that is a big one. Horses. I don't know, like it's kind of equal, but my brother Danny has really gotten back into, and Mitch, they've both gotten us kind of back into the grain business, like, right, Dad? Like milling and everything, so that's really popping off.
Yeah, we had that Mac, Frank Diedrich, I got to mention Frank because he'd been working there since, I think, 1967, and Frank was a great guy. He's still around. But,
yeah, he's still
around.
He hasn't changed a bit since I can remember when I was the earliest memory.
Yeah. Frank and Dwayne. Yeah, and Dwayne Stephan. Dwayne passed away a few years back, but those guys were like older brothers. They were really good to me, and I made sure that they had a job, and we worked through the thick and thin until they were retirement age, and then. But anyway, Frank drove. He was the last semi driver we had, and we got that Mac. It's a 1995 Mac, and I told my dad one day. I said, "We're going to go over to Stephan Hagen's and buy a truck," and he looked at me and said, "Well, I hope you spec it out right," But so anyway, yeah, we bought that Mac, and we had always had GMCs and Chevys, just because we knew Peterson Brothers GMC, and they were all friends and all farmer friends, and then Rockenbach, but anyway, so we had that Mac until my son Dan came in, and he says, "Oh, this is underpowered and it's too short a wheelbase, all this and that." And he says, "We got to get a new Peterbilt, you know." So we got a Peterbilt glider, nice truck. You'll see it around. It's a yellow. It's actually a show truck.
Yeah, we might have it out. For
yeah,
the
and Danny,
party,
you know, Danny, that's his truck, and he made a point to get it paid for, and he would work hard, you know, get up early in the morning and drive truck, and we hired another guy to help out, and you know, Danny's behind this commodities thing, so he'll contract quite a few loads of different commodities, and he works with. We've got one other semi-driver working for us, and then we've got another company that we work with for contracting loads of different grains and whatnot. But and then Mitch, my son Mitch, manages the Lincoln Park Zoo and the Brookfield Zoo account. And
Shed Aquarium.
Yeah, and
Wow.
anyway, so that got to be big. And there's a big small animal distributor called APET that buys a lot of stuff from us. Whether right or wrong, I mean, they're distributors of small animals, and I had no idea that's how that business was. That Petco, PetSmart, and all these places buy parakeets and finches and rabbits and you name it. They buy them through a big distributor.
Yeah, so we're kind of like all over the place right now.
Yeah.
But we still have a lot of, I mean, we have a ton of horse customers. We service all around, so many horses, a lot of cattle now, a lot of wild bird. Like the amount of people that come in for wild bird seed is like.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Is it because you guys are very unique in what you do? There's not a whole lot of other places that have the services and have the supplies that you have?
Like for wild bird?
Yeah.
And, I mean, there are a lot of places that do, but we really try to keep our prices down and like have quality products. And we keep our inventory rotated because sometimes like people will go buy bird seed over at the hardware store and the birds won't touch it. Or we just try really hard to keep everything to a price that we would pay for, you know what I mean? So I think a lot of people like coming in for that, and got lots of different, it is kind of crazy the amount of wild bird enthusiasts.
That's crazy. You know, I find very fun about you guys. Everybody I talk to about the feed store, they all have something different that they say, whether it's like, hey, it's the only place we go to for our horse stuff,
Yeah.
or their pet food. I had one of my baseball coaches today said, "Oh, I was going to talk to you guys," and he goes, "Well, you got to tell them that I used to buy all my grass seed and fertilizer stuff.
I can't forget
at
about
Menards,
that.
And they said his lawn looks better,
Yeah.
and he only will buy from you guys, and he swears by it."
It's, a seasonal kind of thing, but that isn't this time of year. Well, it kind of ramps up in the spring, dies down a little bit when it gets really hot, and then it'll ramp up again. But yeah, I should have mentioned that too, the grass seed and fertilizer, landscaping. We have a lot of landscapers that come in.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And a lot of the villages buy their grass seed from us, too. We have good grass seed.
Apparently. So through the years, through all of that, it's fun to see how you guys have kind of pivoted on things that you needed to do, right? And give the public what they need, but also quality service at fair prices, too.
Yeah, and I think another draw that people really like is that they just feel like they're at home when they come in.
You have such a good atmosphere there.
Yeah, it's like everyone pretty much lives there, so I feel like when customers come in, they cry to us, they tell us, like, it's like a salon almost. Like the girls up front, everyone spills their guts. They just feel so comfortable, and everyone knows each other.
Yeah, every time I come in, either you guys are ringing up a sale or you're having a good conversation with your customers, and you guys seem like experts in a lot of things you can help them with, especially after how many years, right?
Yeah, a lot of it is customer service,
Well, if Grayslake needs another bar, we've got that counter all set up. All I got to do is, right in the center there, I can put a tapper right there.
You know what? You just offered it, and I'm going to say yes. We do need another bar.
Or I could make it into a church.
Oh, wow. No,
Wow.
no.
How about both? How about a combination? That would be good.
Yeah.
We could do a trough at the bar and all kinds of things that you can just come belly up to it.
Yeah.
So a lot of fun things that I enjoy. Really strong family ties, especially that people that have been from Grayslake their whole lives. Like the roots run very, very deep, especially with your guys' family, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys have been like at it in this time. Well, obviously, for this many years, it's not many businesses last that long. Why do you think it's been so successful for so long?
Well, I don't know. It's just, you got to adjust prices right up all the time. Every day is a new day. You got to figure out what's selling and what doesn't sell. And inventory is tough. We got a lot of money tied up in inventory, and we got to keep it fresh. We got to figure out what people want. And we went through a lot of waves with. Well, I don't know. When I walked in there, I was pretty discouraged. So I was trying to figure out what to do with the place, and it was before. You had these brands like IAMS and Science Diet and Hill. Yeah. Oh, well, some of the major brands now that are all in these big stores, but those back then. I mean, the companies were smaller and good quality ingredients, and they didn't go into price fixing, or they weren't in the hardware stores or mass merchandisers or whatever. But we were able to sell dog food fairly cheap, and I don't know. I kind of put a push on that, and a lot of the horse products and horse supplements. Because a lot of the stuff wasn't sold online then.
Well, none of it was.
Yeah, really none of it was. But I mean, the saddle shop had a mail order thing. But yeah, I don't know.
It's pretty unique stuff that you have. But it seems like the variety of things. It's kind of a one-stop shop for people. That
we have so many different things, and we always say if you don't see it, just ask, because we probably have it.
Yeah.
We got everything.
Yeah, you guys. Every time I drive by there, there's something going on. Either there's a truck being loaded, or there's a pet sale, or the chickens out in front, or all kinds
Denise my wife is really and Megan. Without those two, we'd be in trouble. Danny and Mitch and I, we'd be puttering around. I think Denise and Megan have done a lot of promoting, and Denise really helped out. Wish she was here today to say a few words, but I think without her, I don't know if I could keep going with the place. But and the rest of the family, of course, that's the reason why we're here. Why we're still here, because the involvement of my wife and my kids. If it was just up to me, I really don't think the feed store would be still going. And that's the truth. So it's a good, involvement with everybody in the family, and somehow or other they love the business. I don't know.
Well, you've created a great culture and environment there, right?
Everyone has kind of brought. We have two other siblings. They're both in the medical field, but me and my brother Danny and Mitch have stayed around, and and my mom, she hasn't worked there, for the whole thing. She stayed at home with us until the littlest one is I don't know. I guess he was in high school, but she came in to do bookkeeping and all of that behind the scenes stuff. She really she came in and just cleaned sheets, cleaned the sheets there, and got it together. She got it together there. And we all have, I think as we've gotten older, we found something in the store that we are interested in, each one of us. And I think I appreciate you saying that, Dad, about that. But
well, it's the truth, I mean,
we're
place had been on the
adapting,
chopping
to
block.
like what everyone's found their little niche thing in the store, and we're trying hard at it,
I mean, it's so hard dealing with employees. I had a, I don't know, I guess I drank a lot, I mean, just to deal
That was a
with
long time ago.
It
was a long time ago.
I guess I drank a lot. That may be the best statement ever said out here ever. I guess I feel
well,
the
I mean,
same
to
way.
put it mildly, I mean, yeah, so.
It's a
But
little
he
easier.
means like before we were all in the business with him.
Right, when you have to
It
have
was a
employees
lot.
to count on.
It was a
right?
lot for him, to.
I mean,
to deal with. We didn't.
that was that's part of my childhood. I mean, I always had to have a few beers,
Yeah.
But,
There is something to say about a business that's been around for so long with family, because we all know that no one cares about your business as much as family does, right?
Yeah.
And it seems like you all have a unique role that you play. Maybe if somebody isn't having the enthusiasm that day, but you have a great group of your family that just picks
Yeah.
up and does great things.
I don't know if it is great for the employees that they have like a bunch of mini buses around.
Right.
But it helps that we're all there. Like I'm not there as much anymore because I, am at home.
Here's the thing. My dad never said much, okay? He always said, well, you got to watch the overtime, and he says, you got to, watch the inventory, watch your pricing, this and that. He said very little to me. I really had to learn a lot on my own. Well, you know what? I went to NIU and I got, I had a double major in management and finance, but, I learned a lot there too. There were some pretty good profs over there, and a lot of it's, it was mainly to gear you up for, corporation, big business and all that, but. I'm glad I did follow through and do that. I forgot to mention that too. And a lot of that plays back in my head too when, you get your back against the wall trying to make decisions. And, it's like, what do you do when the price of steel is going up and you're right between a deal with like Abbott's or something like that, and you give them some prices? It's like they wanted a price on a bunch of gates and a bunch of feeders, and all of a sudden your suppliers are saying, oh, we can't do it for that, and then it's just all these little things, and personnel problems. I'm telling you, that's between inventory and personnel. That's your worst enemy in business. Dealing with people, employees, but.
Most people have no idea what to do with their aging loved one who needs help. Well, there is a solution. A company that provides care and assistance to make your loved one feel right at home. At Right at Home, their mission statement is to improve the quality of life for those they serve. They offer extensive services. Personal and companion care, safety supervision and transportation, fall prevention, dressing and bathing assistance, medical reminders, meal prep, hospice support, ambulation support, stroke recovery, Parkinson's support. The list goes on and on and on. If you have an aging loved one that needs help, call Right at Home. Most people prefer to age in their home rather than moving to an assisted living or nursing home. Right at Home can make this happen. Contact Right at Home at rightathomenlc.com or give them a call, 847-984-0103. Now back to the show.
I'm kind of rambling right now, but I guess I had to kind of get that off my chest. But
yeah. So your college experience, you got to actually use it in a practical application.
Oh yeah, routing trucks and everything now. I can't believe. I get on the computer and use that map program, and it's so easy to route a truck now.
You mean on Bing?
They used to call it.
This is Bing.
They used to call it the stepping stone method. Where you'd make a loop.
Sure.
And to keep your miles down and efficiency. When you're routing a truck, but now all you got to do is put it on. it's not Google, but whatever the other map program is.
Yeah.
And just boom, 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 and then, move A to B. Oh, okay, you're saving that many times. It's just amazing. The technology that we have now, and then we have a program that's made for feed stores.
Yeah, which it took us. We hand wrote everything forever until what 2021 or 2020.
Everything handwritten.
Yeah, until right after the pandemic. Like we couldn't find a point of sale system that would work at our store because we're so niche, Right. But my littlest brother Joey, who is not, everyone's had a part in the feed store. There's 5 kids. He's in medical school right now, but he's like the little techie whiz, I guess he's more so than the rest of us, but we found a point of sale system that's for feed stores. So he got everything set up, and so now we're finally,
really,
1990 something technology.
Wow, that's great. I was going to say the one thing I love about going to see you guys is that I actually have a handwritten receipt.
Yeah, not anymore, but it's helpful. Turns out.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm sure for tracking things and tracking sales and tracking all kinds of things.
Yeah, I started working there when I was like 18, and for the longest time, it's like everything handwritten in the calculator. I'm really good at a calculator.
I bet. Okay, so I want to ask you. So at 18, you start working there. Was there ever a choice? Did you ever say that you wanted to be a part of this? Or did you want to go off and do something else?
Well, to be honest, it wasn't my plan.
Right.
But I was a makeup artist, so I don't really do it as much anymore. But that was like, I'm gonna work at the feed store, and then I just stayed there. Yeah. And
Are you sticking around?
Yeah.
I don't think you have a choice.
I mean, I'm on my second kid now, and we're just like, deeper and deeper into the.
Well, that's just more employees.
Yeah, yeah, right.
As they grow up.
We've got a lot of tiny employees now, but yeah, that when I was that age, no, it wasn't. And I lived in the city for a long time, and I commuted. That was not my plan either. I thought I was just gonna go work in the city, but I commuted for years to come back to Grayslake.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
What is I know that you guys get to deal with, there's no way that you can do a business like this and not really care about your customers.
Yeah.
So it must be, give me an example of maybe your favorite part of having the feed store on how you help clients and like how you really help their either farms or whatever you're doing. What do you get the most satisfaction out of doing this?
Well, in a lot of cases, we won't have the stuff to sell a customer. In some cases, I'll just say, hey, if you need this right away, this is what you need, and maybe hate to tell you to go somewhere else, but I think I would rather do that than sell somebody something that they didn't need.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's the thing, because just to get people to come back, the repeat business is more important.
You like taking care of people.
He does love taking values, right?
Yeah, he's got such a heart for people, helping people. Someone that needs, he'll go an extra mile, like lots of times. Like throughout my life, I can remember we would go somewhere on the weekend to go help a customer out or something. Like he really bends over backwards for people. And I think you enjoy that, don't you?
Well,
but also
no regrets, right?
For you.
That's who wants to run around with a bunch of regrets and guilt, So, that's just the whole thing. And price-wise too, I'm always checking prices online. Occasionally you get a customer that wants to match a price online. I'm thinking, well, you know what? This is no problem. We can match this price. It's just in a lot of cases it's just it's not. It's just a sale, It's just a sale, but then their prices bounce right back up, and our regular prices are better than their regular prices. I mean, I guarantee you, Farm and Fleet, Tractor Supply, all
actually,
those
this happened yesterday. Someone came in.
Our prices are better, and as far as the fertilizer and grass seed and all that, if the last couple of years, there are brands that just sell coated grass seed. If you look on it, it says 45% inert material. Well, that's clay that they spray on the grass seed, and a lot of times the seed is variety not stated, and it's just what the seed producers put on sale, and a lot of annual, So it's just not a good product. And then a lot of these step programs they sell at these big stores are outrageously priced, and people think they're getting a bargain, and they're really not, So it's nice to be able to get somebody to come in, a new customer, set them up, get them on the right track, get them to come back, maybe tell their neighbor, I think that's the secret of it, the staying in business. You got to know your products. Product knowledge is a big thing, because you go anywhere now in a lot of these big stores, people don't really know what they have there in some cases. So.
And you're saying a lot of good things, especially even like the baseball coach I was with today is raving to all his neighbors and showing off his yard and telling them where he bought his seed, but also being treated right and and keeping our money local is one thing that I always preach, that you guys have so many things that people might not even know that you offer that can be shopping with you rather than shipping somewhere else.
Some people still don't know that they can come in our store.
What?
Like, there's some people that come by and they're like, I've been here my whole life and I thought you guys were wholesale or something like that.
Really?
So there are still people that don't know they can come in our store. I don't know why, but.
Wow. And anybody listening to this right now, I think if you haven't stepped foot in the feed store, from the smell when you walk in the door, just the environment there, you gotta go by just to check it out, just for the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, just come by and see Eli the dog.
Yeah, that's his puppy.
Eli.
Well, yeah, he's about 8 months old now, but he's a great
employee.
He's the newest employee, and everyone comes to see him now. He's always behind the counter. We have gates up, so he stays behind the counter. But
and people bring their animals in there when they come to see you too, right?
Yes, everyone brings their dogs, and the dogs love it. Like, people will have dog walkers, so that, they're at work and their dog is being walked by somebody else, and their dogs walk them to the feed store, and they're like, I don't even know why I'm here, but the dog took me here.
Even the dogs have good taste.
I mean, we treat them like the human customers too. They all have to get a treat when they come in. They get their scratches, and sometimes people bring their cats, their rabbits, lizards.
I'm liking your bar idea, but you can bring your pet to the bar with the tapper
that's a great
right up
idea.
there. I think we're on to something here.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
And we could have those couple beers. That would be okay too.
Yeah.
Might be too convenient there right at the front counter though. Let's talk about some. Can we? I every time I have a talk with anybody or interview anybody, I like to kind of state the obvious things, but let's talk about some things that people may not know that they can purchase from you rather than going other places. Obviously, we talked about some pet things, but kind of go over a list of things they could get from you instead of going somewhere else.
Well, I mean,
I know it's a long list.
Yeah, of course you can buy all your pet's needs from us, and even if we don't have it, we'll order it for you. No charge, extra charge. But what is some weird stuff that we have?
Well, I don't know. I got just the other day we started stocking medications for racing pigeons and chickens and different things that.
Did you say racing pigeons?
Oh yeah, we have a lot of pigeon guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that is one. There you go. We sell pigeon feed. There's like this little world of pigeon.
Where do these people come from?
A lot of them are from the city.
So they'll come all the way to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
But there are some out here. But I don't know. Like other than the obvious,
Well, here's the thing. We used to have, I don't know if you remember, those bug zappers.
Yep.
Well, before those bug zappers were in all these big stores, they were sold, like all these companies, they start out through small distribution. My dad sold bug zappers before they were in, some of the big stores. And of course, once they get in the big stores, then you can't sell them anymore.
Sure.
But like milk house heaters, it's these little heaters that you plug in. We had those back when I was little, and now they were in there before they had them at like Menards. It was before Menards moved in, and all these. We used to have tarps and plastic. There was a company in Chicago called Warps Plastic. We used to sell that stuff. We used to sell rope and chain, all the stuff the farmers used to use before you could get it at Home Depot and different places. And so what we have unique now was the question.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of that stuff has kind of gone away because you can buy anything you need on Amazon, It's crazy, but a lot of the inventory just sits there. So we've had to eliminate some of that.
And then
I guess some of the things that people don't buy as much, like hog panels for gardening. People like making those trellises.
Yeah.
We have that stuff. We've got stock tanks. We've got stuff that you would, go buy at Home Depot. You can buy at our store.
Right.
Lots of different landscaping things. Now, the hot thing right now is chickens.
I was just going to say, what are the chicken coops and all of
We don't
stuff?
sell chicken coops because I think it goes back to the honesty thing. All of those coops that you can buy in the boxes are not good.
Really?
Most of them, So a lot of the ones that we can buy from a distributor, we don't really even bother stocking it because I wouldn't use it for my chickens, I mean, we might eventually get some handmade ones maybe at the store that you can buy, but we sell everything else for chickens,
so
literally
if I have
everything
a chicken
else.
thing, I should come to you to get all of
and
my
plus we have the knowledge.
Right.
And we sell chicks, but that's not, seasonal.
Really? So you sell the chicks as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was at the just hardware store picking up something, and it's so nice to be able to ask a question of what you need. Maybe you don't know what you need, but to stop in to see you guys, if you have chickens, to say if you're having a problem or you need something else, you guys know about it.
Well, that's the thing is there's not chickens are, that's kind of like my area.
You're the chicken lady?
I'm the chicken lady. That they literally call me that. The chicken lady. I don't know her name, but can I talk to the chicken lady?
I guess that's a compliment, though, right?
Yeah, I'll take it. But I do other things too. But chickens, dogs, cats, small animals. That's my kind of thing in the store. But yeah, chickens are insanely popular right now. But there's not a whole lot of help with chickens, other than online. There's not a lot of vets that do any sort of chicken. Well, you have to find an avian vet that actually knows what they're talking about. Otherwise, you're just getting a vet that's my guess is as good as yours. So there's not a whole lot of affordable help either, medical help, I should say, for chickens. So a lot of people come in to us as their first resource, what do I do with my chicken?
Yeah.
That's got these symptoms and everything. We try to help them out with that. But yeah, that's becoming a huge thing.
So I have an odd question.
Yeah.
Why in the hell did chickens get so popular, especially in Grayslake? I have two neighbors.
Oh yeah, everyone in Grayslake has chickens,
why?
which I am very pro. I think everyone should have chickens.
Well, you're the chicken lady, so you're a little biased.
Yeah. But I think, it's always been a thing. Even when it was illegal to have chickens here, people had chickens here. As long as your neighbors are quiet about it, some people have chickens. But I feel like it's more popular now. What do you think? Especially right before the pandemic. I think people want to know where their food is coming from. Like they're fun too. They are really fun.
Oh, they're good pets too.
They are good pets. They are messy.
We had a turkey one time that would give you a hug.
Yeah, we've had. She lived at a store. Her name is Red.
There's just some lines I hear out loud that I've heard. Am I really hearing this?
Well, she was blind too.
Oh, this turkey would just snuggle
She was
up,
special. Yeah,
She was blind though, right?
She was blind. She came from a customer that I didn't want a turkey. I always didn't like turkeys. But
we had a blind turkey
that would give you a hug.
Yeah, it would come right up to you and kind of like, I love you.
Yeah, but she came from a customer. That's another thing is everyone. If someone starts working at the feed store, I'm like, you're gonna end up at least one pet. That
I would assume so.
Yeah, and the people are always trying to give us their animals, but there was one customer.
Have a name?
Her name was Red. Red. She came with the name Red. She was special to a farmer. Well, I don't know if he was a customer that had horses and he had a lot of chickens and he's like, I don't want chickens anymore. He got rid of all of them and he had one turkey that was special to his son. And he said, I want her to go to like a good home. And he came and asked, I said, no. And he came around the corner, he's like, we'll take her. I'm like, you're not even going to take care of her. But
I said that?
Yeah, it was your choice. I did not want her to begin with. But but he comes in with Red in a box. And I come around the corner, she pops her head out, and I was like, whoa. She looks like something straight out of a horror movie. Like, she was disgusting. She had, like, pin feathers. I was like, oh, she's blind. Her eyes were swollen. And he's like, oh, she's blind? I'm like, how could you not tell? But we nursed her back to health, and she lived in one of the chicken coops with our pet, our store chickens, and she lived her days out there. But she would, every morning I would go take care of them, and she would hear me come in, like she knew it was me or somebody, and she'd come up and you squat down and she'd rest her head right in your neck and make these like sweet noises.
Wow. Okay. How many animals live at the store?
Well, right now we don't have as many.
Well, Red passed away.
Yeah, Red. She died of old age, but
well, we had that one chicken that Zach found in a box. That rooster.
Yeah, there's lots of stories, but
well, we had one rooster that was over by the fire department too.
Oh yeah, Jerry. Someone dumped him. He was a baby rooster, and one of our employees at the time, it took like an hour for her to catch him, and I didn't want to keep him, but he got a whole custom coop built for this rooster.
Really?
And then we had to fill it with hens too, to keep.
So. It's like a luxury condominium for the.
Yeah, we have there was two chicken coops at the feed store just because of Jerry. Because this rooster someone dumped. But
you guys get to have a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
Well, he enjoyed the last few years of his life. Well, no, he was pretty young. He had a heart attack, didn't he?
It's probably because he had so many girlfriends in there.
I'm thinking
we found out I bring the chickens to the vet, and I spend a lot of money on their vet bills, but like we found out he had a heart failure, and it was like, it's a long story, but he's no longer with us. But we don't have as many pets anymore.
We couldn't find him a donor heart.
He would have, that's not, but right now we have 2 cats. We have Eli, which he comes home with him every night, he's the store dog right now. And we actually only have 3 chickens left. I rehomed a bunch of them because I'm not there. I'm only there 3 days a week now, and that was like, they're like my pets.
Yeah.
And so I don't have as much time for them anymore. So they went off to, we have 2 customers that we're really close to that I trusted for them to go live out their days. But we've got our geriatric crew, I call them. They're these little, we have them moved right now because we got our parking lot redone. But Klaus, Rosie, and Betty, they're like miniature chickens. They're like 10 years old.
You guys are fascinating. So you're talking about all this stuff to you. Plus, you're running a business at the same time as doing all of this stuff.
Yeah.
So you're like your business is your life.
Yeah. I mean, especially this guy and my mom. Well, yeah. Everybody, I guess.
Okay, so how much longer are you going to do this?
I don't know. I'm still pretty young, so.
Yeah, well, you're in your like late 40s, so you got some time to.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It sounds like you guys enjoy going to work too. You get to help people and do things you're passionate about.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice being able to talk to everyone, and we have really good, we have really good employees that are like family, and also they're like family to our community too, which
Yeah. I find it very strange. Like if you look at all of the businesses, you guys are so unique, and especially the placement of where your store is. It's really cool to see something just so.
Yeah, like randomly
different.
in the middle of like a downtown area.
And people come from all over to shop with you guys, right?
Yeah.
Like you're helping people. These aren't just Grayslake people that you guys are.
Yeah, people come from all over. Like we service. There's some people that will come in for like a certain horse feed that we carry. That's like this Belgian brand. They're Belgian, right? Cavalier.
Oh yeah, there's.
I don't know, but people come from random places for like really random things that we have that no one else has. They'll come from like hours away in Wisconsin, or like people come from the city.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the strangest thing you guys have ever had anybody come in and ask you for?
What do you think?
Well, there's some strange people that come in. I don't know what they're asking for.
There
They
are.
don't even have to ask for strange things.
Yeah.
Just strange people. Give me something good.
Gosh. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say what's strange and what isn't.
Well, I mean, it might not be strange to you, but it might be really strange to me. We've talked about a blind hugging turkey, so that could be your normal day, right?
Yeah, that is very normal for us.
Yeah, you got me stumped right there.
All right.
I mean, we sell like, I guess something that's unique. We sell like monkey food and stuff. People like.
Some monkey food.
Oh yeah, there's people used to come in with their monkeys.
Really?
Mhm. We sell any kind of, well, we sell to the zoo.
I mean, now
so
with
we've
the
got
zoo stuff, yeah. I mean, stuff for gorillas and zebras.
Yeah, you go in the warehouse and there's bags of feed that have a picture of zebra, alligator, kangaroo, like ostrich. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we sell this rodent diet by the pallet. You know, people that raise rats and mice.
There's a lot of people that
They're out
raise
there.
rodents for, like reptiles to eat and stuff like that. We sell pallets of it.
Yeah.
Pallets of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's, I don't know if I can drop any names, but there's a business out in McHenry. If anybody, can I endorse another company?
Of course, you can do whatever you like. We have no rules here.
Yeah, it's a place called Dat's Reptiles, and if anybody needs anything for any type of fish or reptiles, you got to go over there, and because any of the fish enthusiasts, there used to be more distribution on fish and everything, but since you got Petco and PetSmart, and they've really scaled down on it. But what Justin's got over there, Dat's Reptiles on Route 31 in McHenry, has got the best selection of fish and fish supplies that you can imagine. And I mean, I'd go over there. I mean, he'll work some deals with you. Or tell you straight up where to find a good deal. And anyway, I know his wife is involved with pet rescue and everything, and he's a small business guy, but straight shooter and hard-working guy, and so that's just a plug I had to put in for him.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you go? Like, I look at what you're talking about and having accounts with zoos.
Mm-hmm.
Like how? Okay, you're a little store in Grayslake. How do you end up with these accounts from zoos? How does that happen?
Well, it's kind of a political thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd say, because see, who had those accounts before was Animal Feeds and Needs in Des Plaines, or I guess closer to Des Plaines. But anyway, so he was his dad. Chuck's dad was involved with it many years ago, and he was a Purina Mills dealer, and so he had the zoo accounts, and then when Chuck's another guy, he's my age, he decided to retire a few years ago. I guess he retired, when he's 65 or whatever, but we just made a deal with him. We had to actually, pay him a little commission to get the zoo accounts. And then Purina wanted us to do it because they knew that we had enough capital to keep up with what was going on. And
Purina
we had the trucks and we had the warehouse.
They have a little line. It's called Missouri. It's like they make all of, like, the zoo diet stuff. So Purina that's what he's saying. But
it's fascinating to me.
But so yeah, we ended up with it just because we were, probably because we've been around long enough, and we they knew that we could handle the accounts, get everything there. And
well, yeah, it's like piece. It's a big job too. Like my brother Mitch, he does all of that, and
so
he was the one that was willing to, like, take all that on, like, as his responsibility to, like, manage all of that. And they're very particular about their feed and everything because, all these special animals there. So
yeah, everything's got to be clean and no
Perfect.
Broken bags, everything.
Yeah, I was just
a lot of management there.
Yeah, and how do you? It's just been years of learning, like, about what the feeds are and how to suppliers and what they need and how to get it to them. And I mean, you're talking everything from monkeys to alligators to gorillas to.
Yeah, they kind of know. They kind of deal with the feed company. They have nutritionists and all that. They kind of know what they want. And Mitch has learned a lot about zoo animals, I think, since then, yeah.
Probably.
Since then, yeah. He starts talking about something, I'm like, okay, that's out of my wheelhouse, but I don't know.
Yeah. Wow. Well, here's the thing, too, like with Dan, my son Dan, along with all the trucking and the contracts that he does, he's really picked up on some big dairies. And these dairy, like when I came in here, all I saw was auction bills, all these farms selling out. Well, if you go up, we sell some big dairy up by Sheboygan. I mean, these dairies have got anywhere. A small one is like 200 cows, and there's one up there with 1,000 cows. But he might haul straight commodities there because they have their own feed mill. But in our little feed mill, we still make a lot of. That's really, I can't hardly keep up with what these guys are doing. They're bringing in loads of corn, a couple loads every week, trying to keep up with all the grind and mix we're doing now. And when I walked in there, it was almost over. But Dan has really picked up on that, and
yeah, he's working really hard.
He's got ingredients there that I have never even heard of that he puts in some of these dairy feeds. And he's, for a guy that never went to college or anything, man, he picked up on all the nutrition, and I'm really surprised at what he does. It's just he can come up with feed formulas. You tell him what these guys want, and he'll fix them up with everything that we have in stock, grind and mix. So.
Wow, there's a lot of stuff to what you guys are doing.
Yeah, there's a lot more than just like coming in the store and buying some. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
And again, I'm going to encourage everybody to stop in and see.
Yeah.
Okay, two other things I want to talk about, and then we're going to end with something that I'm obligated to do on every show that we do. So, with all the events that go on Center Street, a public service announcement for people to be respectful of your parking, because I'm sure that's got to be a big deal for you.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it was, in like the last few years, but yeah, a lot of people try to park in our parking lot like during our hours and walk around, which, we were fine with that during farmers market day and everything. But
Of course.
yeah, I mean, a lot of times some customers will be like, there's nowhere to park. It's 'cause
And you guys have a nice lot there, too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
be respectful, Grace.
Yeah,
Be
but you
respectful
can
to
park
them.
there after hours. We have
Okay.
no problem with that. And if you need to if you're a customer and you're like, I need to go stop down at, there, can I,
Sure.
people ask,
Right.
can I just stay here for a little longer? And of course we say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are kind people, and you understand people have things going on. All right, so this is something that we're going to do here real quick. Have either one of you listened to any shows?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who have you listened to?
Well, I listen to Heidi's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heidi is a very loyal customer of ours. I've known her since I was a teenager, and
Can we divulge what she's buying?
she buys dog and cat food.
Dog and cat food.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
She's really great. She's a lot of fun.
She's like a ray of sunshine. Yeah.
She is. She's a very unique person.
Yeah.
I'm talking to her.
Yeah, we love her.
Do a couple things with her.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready for something fun?
Sure.
I love your enthusiasm.
Yeah.
All right, so we almost all the guests we've had on here, we do something we call the Grayslake Hot Seat. So there's a couple rapid fire questions just to get to know you a little bit better.
The Grayslake Hot Seat is brought to you by Joe Velez at JPV Financial. It's often said that those who fail to plan are planning to fail. Joe Velez and his team at JPV Financial create unique financial plans that address some of the most difficult challenges that people might face as they get older. No matter what stage of life you're in, having a proactive financial plan can help navigate some of the difficult decisions you'll face, helping you live your life by design, not default. Securities and investment advisory service offered through Osaic Wealth Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Now for the Grayslake Hot Seat. Hey, thanks, Joe.
Okay.
Deal? And these will be, I think, really interesting because I like your personality. You're a funny guy.
I figured he'd be good to be on here.
Oh, yeah. For sure. When you first meet somebody, how do they impress you?
Well, I don't know. I always try to feel out people a little bit before I hit them up with, any funny stuff, I guess. I don't know.
He likes messing with people.
Because you do come across as
I try to be respectful to women when they come in and some guys, some older people, but, I can kind of key in on certain things and have fun with a lot of people. I guess that's part of, I don't know what to tell you. Everybody's different, right? So you got to try to treat everybody with what they can tolerate. I hate to tell you, I had one this morning. I should have kept my mouth shut, but, and everybody was laughing, but we were talking about, what were we talking about? Oh, AI. Okay, so lately I've been like, ask AI, and then I was talking to this lady and I said, well, you know what? The last thing I looked and I found on AI was the beheading of St. John the Baptist, and that was yesterday, And she looked. I guess I didn't even see the look on her face, but I mean, there it is on AI. You ask them what happened, 1,000 years ago or something, and they, it goes through like 400 websites and tells you, But I should have kept my mouth shut because she didn't quite.
She didn't think as funny as you did.
She didn't think it was funny.
You got to know our audience.
Yeah.
Tell me your first car you ever owned.
It was a 73 Chevelle. It was a nice car. My dad bought it, and I paid him back. But I went through quite a few cars since then. Went through a lot of Chevelles and a couple Novas and a couple Impalas.
Nice, some fun cars.
Yeah.
Tell me something that you wish that you learned earlier in life.
Something that what?
Something that you wish that you'd learned earlier in life.
Be able to keep my mouth shut? I don't know how to behave. I don't know.
I see a common theme here.
I mean, I was over at St. Gilbert's. I got myself in trouble so many times, having to write my name, write things on the chalkboard. I don't know. Not to make spitballs, I don't know.
Yeah, or to make them right, or not to get caught with them. That's probably the. So did you go to St. Gilbert?
Yeah, I did time at St. Gilbert's.
Yeah, I did time there too. That's right.
Did you?
Yeah. Oh, I did time there, and then I went to Carmel after that. But my mother went to St. Gilbert as well, so we were all we're St. Gilbert people. Do you have a hidden talent? Do you have a hidden talent at all?
Oh, do I have a hidden talent?
Yeah, like do you play the piano? Can you juggle? Can you?
Yeah, I learned how to juggle once. No, I didn't. I never played the piano.
You look like a guy that has some hidden thing that people go, "Wow, did you know he can do that?"
I could play bocce ball pretty good.
All right.
I didn't know that.
See, now we're all learning something today. Do you have a nickname?
John Boy.
John Boy. Okay. Let's see. Really important, very serious though too. Have you ever eaten a roller dog? You know, the hot dogs that roll from a gas station.
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they help you be immune to a lot of things too. Which can really help. Have you ever broken a bone?
Oh yeah.
Several.
He's an orthopedic mess.
Oh. Yeah,
you don't want to know. Yeah. Well, yeah, I broke a bone in my foot. I don't know. I've had a lot of orthopedic surgeries. I got knee replacement, hip replacement. I've had my back fused a couple times. 4 rotator cuffs, 2 hernias. That pretty much sums it up.
Wow. Now, what high school did you go to?
Warren.
You went to Warren. Did you play a sport there?
Yeah, we did track and football. And, yeah, that's where I trashed my knee to begin with, yeah.
You seem like do you like sunrises or sunsets?
Well, when I was drinking, I liked sunsets.
Right. And I probably hated sunrises.
Well, all those funky birds, you know, and you know, those, what kind of birds are they? Megan knows about that. All those birds that wake you up in the morning.
What are you talking about?
Oh, she doesn't know.
Yeah.
You mean like if you stayed out too long and you hear the birds?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
all
those birds.
Yeah,
terrible.
when the sun came up and all
Those
birds.
are alarms to go to bed sometimes.
Yeah.
For me. Yes.
That's what
time
he's trying to
go
talk
bed.
about.
Yeah.
Tell me about the second time you got arrested.
Gosh, when was the second?
This is a trap, by the way.
Well, gosh, you know, I think the first time I was arrested, that was just a little breaking and entering. Second time, gosh, I can't say. I think it was a DUI, but yeah.
Yeah, and some people don't answer that question, just so you know.
Well, I really don't care.
That's fine. You got
He's an
nothing
open
to hide.
book.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think we should hang out sometime. I think that would be a lot of fun. 1 to 10, how good of a driver are you?
Pretty good. I don't, you know, I've been really good in the last 25 years. Prior to that, you know, my driver's license used to look like a machine gun hit it, but that was just mainly speeding tickets down Route 47 and.
Well, the cars you had, they were built for that.
Yeah.
Got to live on the edge just a little
About
bit.
1 to 10 though. What do you think now? 1 to 10.
Yeah, 1 to 10 today. How good of a driver you think you are? 10 being the best, of course.
Maybe an 8.
Okay.
He's a pretty slow driver.
Yeah, you've slowed things down a little while.
Well, I usually let them pass me in certain intersections. Or
He pulls over.
Just get in front of me.
Someone's making him mad. He just pulls over.
Yeah, I don't want any police action.
No.
Let's put it that way.
No, that's good. What's your favorite event that goes on in this town? Favorite Grayslake event?
Well, I don't know. I guess the farmers market really picked up.
Really does a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's amazing how that's really brought a lot of people in. You know, when I go home around by the Tasty Freeze, man, it's like a traffic jam
Yes.
with all those, all the parking lot where that old lady's house burned down. They, right on Slusser and Hawley right there, the parking lot there, and then, you know, all around by the Tasty Freeze, that's packed. And
Yeah.
even over by the UP church, you know, on those days.
Yep.
That's incredible what the farmers market's done.
Yeah, so you got to see, as we all have, but you a little more, to see all of the changes that have happened in Grayslake, right? Especially the face of downtown. Everything has really changed a lot.
Yeah, he was just talking about that the other day. With the amount of different stores when he was younger, like the amount of
Oh man,
you didn't have to go anywhere else. Like
yeah.
there was like
There was 3
multiple hardware stores,
D&S,
deli,
there was
like
Gamble's.
clothing store.
Which one of those stores you miss the most? What do you think that you're most sad to see go from our old Grayslake?
Man, from real old Grayslake, like, yeah, I don't know. It was really neat. I mean, there was the best clothing store. There was Ethel's women's store. There was that 2 grocery stores, 2 bakeries.
Huh.
And there was a bowling alley and Bill's Tavern. You know, of course, that's where I was born and raised, in Bill's Tavern.
Yes, it's a good place. It's more of a daycare place. So. I've spent a lot of time in places like that. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, and then the fishbowl. I think that was really neat. I liked the fishbowl when I guess, I was in high school or maybe
What
a little
was
bit
the
later.
fishbowl?
Yeah.
That's where they started out on the south side of Center Street, and then they moved to the north side. And they're in that same building that I guess it's a beauty shop, or was the lady that comes in for. You know.
Are you talking about Amy?
Yeah, Amy and
That polished.
what do they call that place? Well, anyway. So yeah, I remember there was Brandstedter's had there was a sporting goods store.
Well, what was the fishbowl? What was it? Like, was it a?
Was it a fish store?
Yeah, it was a fish store.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, I was thinking it was another tavern.
No, so that was old Grayslake, was pretty neat, but
Yeah, so
I really enjoyed, even toward the end, the hardware store, the B&S, because the dentist in town bought that, and you know, that's where I bought Denise this mixer that we have now. Well, anyway, you could buy, you know, back then you could buy that stuff in Grayslake, right in Center Street, you know.
yeah,
I
I like talking to people that have spent a lot of time here and have seen things change, right? So even like where we're sitting now, we'd be sitting at the grocery store, right?
I
Right,
remember
yeah.
going there when I was little. I remember thinking that.
Oh, Parkway was there then?
Yeah.
When you were little?
Yeah, when I was little.
Oh yeah.
I don't.
That
Yeah.
was my first job.
Really?
I got fired, I think, my first day because I think I threw a can of soup or something at
Wow.
the guy who was probably telling me what to do or something.
I
jobs,
thought they
you
had
know.
the kid size shopping carts.
Yes.
That's
That's
Well,
your
we had-
memories of
they
it?
had
That's
that,
my memory
they
of
had
it.
that end cap that had all the cookies on it.
Yeah.
was that something I liked there too?
Oh,
remember?
we used to hit that, you know,
Oh, I don't know.
hit the cookie thing.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how the things have changed, and I think a lot of things are really good. But it obviously, like everything, you know, as time goes on, it changes. But it's
I
a
remember
lot different.
that pet store. That was another thing I remember when I was little. Like, I didn't live here. I've never actually lived in Grayslake because, I mean, actually I did when I was a baby. Then they moved to Johnsburg when I was a baby. But I remember going to visit my dad, and then I had to go next door. like to go to the pet store. There was like
Marva?
Yeah, there was like
that was the old Mary's Laundromat.
What were those? Yeah. What was it there that? What I'm meerkats or what was it? No, prairie dogs. They had prairie dogs there.
Really?
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, Marva. Yeah, Marva's.
I used to like going there.
I'm sure.
Marva's brother Ray, older brother. I went to high school with his daughter over at Warren. And anyway, so Marva had a grooming shop there too. Well, I don't know if she's.
Oh yeah, no, she
moved.
I think she's passed away.
Yes, I think so.
Not long ago.
Not long ago at all.
Maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah, because you know what I remember about the pet store there? We brought our dogs getting groomed there all the time. And I remember those two ladies in there, cigarettes hanging out of their mouth, washing your dog. Like you'd walk in and it smelled like wet dog and cigarettes.
Oh, wow, that sounds gross.
Yeah, they'd never made an air freshener or a candle after that, that's for sure. All right, so as we wrap up, I want to make sure that you guys get to mention anything else that you want, maybe something that's not familiar with you guys, that you want them to know any information about the store.
What do you think?
I mean, I've learned stuff today, so that's good.
I don't know what
we'll
to tell you.
We'll take care of you.
Yeah, I mean, after 85 years,
yeah.
Are we doing a party or something? Do we get?
Yeah, we're doing a party on September 20th.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna do sales the whole week prior, like a bunch of sales on dog food, horse feed, chicken feed, wild bird feed, and we're gonna do like raffles and just fun things in the store the whole week. You know, the 15th through the 20th. But we're having a party in our parking lot, like a bigger one than we've ever had.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of kids stuff there. There's going to be a beer tent, and Dog and Stud's going to be there.
You just said there's going to be a lot of kids stuff there.
Well, and then I said beer tent. But that's for the parents.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a craft table for the kids that the little birdhouses they can paint, and we're going to have petting zoo, balloon art, face painting, tractors, like kids can go sit on the tractors and take pictures. Our trucks will be out. It's just going to be a lot of fun.
It's exciting. It's a great way to celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody come out to that. I think that's going to be great. Come in for the sales and come in for the party. So the party is on the 20th.
It's on the 20th, September 20th from 2 to 6. I don't think we're going to have the store open like for people to purchase things because we want our employees to enjoy with their family. Right. But, we're just going to celebrate.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's great. Thank you for what you guys do. And you know what? And actually, still doing business kind of the old school way. What I think our world needs more of is the personal interaction and helping people out and being able to give people crap when they walk in the door and have fun with customers. And
yeah, he definitely does that.
it's just a good time, right? That's how life should. Life needs a little more of that.
Yeah. Some people have said they think we should have a reality show.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
You let me know. I make documentary films. Whenever you want to start, let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, we just try to really help everyone get the best deal, and we're very honest, and we love all of our customers.
Awesome. Anything else, sir?
Oh, I thanks for letting us do this, and Denise asked me the other day, should we have, one day 15-20% off this or that? And I said, I can't afford to give away too much, money. We've got our prices down where we need to have them, and
like the lowest we should go.
And I said, nah, you don't want to do that. I really don't like that. People got to see what the prices are really like, and be able to compare that with other stores and make a decision whether it's right or wrong or good or bad, let's say. But I don't know where I'm going with this, but it's just we're gonna stick with the policy of just having everyday regular low prices.
We do have sales every once in a
while.
Competitive
prices.
Yeah.
And quit screwing around with sales, because I don't know.
They just keep the prices manageable, and it
Yeah.
seems like you're doing a great job of that.
Yeah.
Every day's a sale because you get a good deal,
that's
right?
what I think. That's what he means. Like every day, we try to keep it as low as we possibly can.
Exactly. We always talk about value, right?
Yeah.
Like how far you can stretch your dollars these days. Everybody's.
Yeah, and times are tough right now, so.
Right. And speaking of that, I'm going to say one more thing that just encourage everybody to come into the store. Buy the things you need. Buy local. Shop local.
Yes,
it's a
definitely.
big deal because the quality is there too.
And it really does help small businesses,
Yeah.
like in the world we live in right now, where you can buy everything online. It does hurt small businesses a lot. I think more than people know.
Right.
You wouldn't know really unless you were in the business, but
Absolutely.
you could help families out and.
Right. No, and I tell everybody, no matter what you need, just stay in town and spend your money here. Keep your money here.
Yeah, and even if we don't have something that you're looking for, we are more than happy to get it for you.
Right. And if
Yep.
you can't get it for her, I'm sure you guys know somebody who knows somebody of anything they can think
in
of.
the local area. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, next time I'm in the market for alligator food or anything like that, I know where to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come
And,
to Grayslake Feed.
And that's coming from the chicken lady right there. That's great. Well, thank you guys for your time.
Yeah,
I really
thanks for having
appreciate
us. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, we might have to reconvene some other time. I think we'll have and the reality show's coming soon, folks.
Yeah.
So, hey, Grayslake, wherever you guys are listening, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button on any platform you're on. It helps you keep in touch with our community, and I always encourage people to listen to people that you don't know. There's so many great people in this town, and I think the more we know about each other builds community, and I think it really helps out.
Yeah.
And as I always end, we never know what our friends, family, anybody is ever going through. People are having bad days, and we never know it. So get out there today, do 1, 2 different random acts of kindness, whether it's just like we're talking about, make somebody laugh. Say hi to somebody. I walk by people in the street, they don't even look up. Some don't even look up and smile or anything, but giving somebody a smile, being nice to the cashier at the dollar store, people have a rough time. So you can change things with some little random acts of kindness, and it spreads like wildfire. So that's how we leave it, everybody. So Grayslake, thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. We'll see you on that September 20th
Yeah.
for the big celebration. All right.
Sounds good.
All right, Grayslake, thank you very
you.
much, and we'll see you next Tuesday, everybody.